I'm Brian Jodas, 42 years old, and they call me Hello Kitty.
And I'm Jamie Roseborough, 40, also known as Rapido,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the F3 Circle of Trust.
From the worldwide studios of F3 Nation.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
This is the Circle of Trust, connecting the men of F3 Nation through fitness, fellowship, and faith.
Andrew Maggio, 35, Wirebiter.
Mike Kirkhouse, 35, Saganaki!
Saganaki. Peter Ranky, 63, Bambi. Jim Chicola, 47, half day.
The Circle of Trust starts right now.
Shut up and sit down.
What is up, F3 Nation? My goodness. Great to be with you. Hey, buddy.
What you doing? I like your blue hoodie.
Got a blue hood, got a navy cap. We're hat bros once again.
Yeah, man.
You're going with the thin hood. I went with the full. A little warm in the studio, so don't mind if I start sweating. But that's okay.
Well, you got to keep it loose and limber, man. You got to
keep it loose and limber.
Got to have we'll sweat it out. You get a little sauna going, get a little steam.
That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. You guys are dialed in for another episode of the F3 Circle of Trust show, united through fitness, fellowship, and faith every single week right here as we talk about all the things we're seeing, hearing, Facebook and tweeting, slacking, COTing in the gloom about this great F3 nation of ours. I'm grateful that you take some time to be a part of it, my brother. How has your week been? How you doing? How you feeling? Catch me up to speed on all things Rapido.
Oh man, week has been decent.
Okay.
Been busy, mammon work wise. Yeah. Lots of things happening on the work front. So been buried on a few things. Good buried. Yeah. Got a lot going on. Getting some progress on a few things that have been bogging me down. House is good. Everybody's healthy at the moment. Knock on wood. Everybody's in school or daycare or where they ought to be. But we're in a bit of a crazy season with the littlest one still. And we have met our match with her in terms of how we parented the first two and what is working and what is not working whatsoever. With the third one, which bleeds into, the relationship with the M and stressful times. And we're going through it just like everybody else does, man. I think everybody puts on a better face than they probably have in actual reality going on behind their four walls. But we're committed. We're getting through it. We're talking about it. We're doing things. We're in the circle here.
This is my face. This is my face. This is it. This is the face. You're right. We are in that circle of trust, and that's how we do it here on this very show. And we're happy if you're watching us across all different platforms or worldwide on NGBN TV. Download that app. If you're watching us on the social media platforms, get that NGBN TV app on your streaming device, or you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube. We're across a lot of different places. And if you're watching on the socials, you can comment and be a part of the show. We've seen Drop Throw check in. We saw Big Fail check in from Safari. Dave Bradley in the house. Some guys out of California checking in as well. So that's how you can partake in the show with us. And we're grateful that you take time to do it. Bro, we've got some fun things happening. We're going to talk about all the F3 stuff. But while I've got the floor here to kick the program off,
hit me.
Today, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, the NFL draft, right?
We're usually on the clock.
We are on the clock. The Chicago
Bears
go officially on the clock at 8 p.m. All signs point to that first pick. But if you're looking for a fun way to experience the draft tonight, our friends, our exclusive media partners, and YHC going to be co-hosting a special NGBN NFL draft watch party. So what does that mean? Well, ideally, you tune into the draft however you're going to watch it, and then you fire us up on the laptop or the iPad or whatever on Facebook or across some YouTube channels, and you can just hang with us sort of Manning cast style while the draft is happening.
I like
that
it.
Should be an absolute blast. We got a bunch of guys that are going to be there. Former NFL executive and scout, Russ Londe in the house. We got some super fans, some other folks have been in and around football for a while. And really we're just going to hang out, man. Hang out and watch the draft together. Right? Cut it up a little bit, talk some trash. Look, I added a few new helmets, but put the high school football helmet back there.
We got the G-Man. I've been reading a little bit about the G-Man trying to maybe trade up for old Drake May.
I'll tell you this much. I can promise you, If they trade up to 3 and take Drake May, I will be on the Giants fan shop tonight ordering a jersey. And I'm not a big Tar Heel guy. You know that.
Yeah.
But I love Drake May. I've had the privilege of spending some personal time with him, doing some NIL footage stuff at Carolina. I think he's the real deal. I think he's a great kid, a great competitor, and I will 100% order a Drake May jersey if they can find their way to somehow miraculously getting him. I don't think it's going to happen. But
yeah,
I can assure you that
the Patriots are taking phone calls, but that number, but I don't know that they're going to do anything.
I think they know what they got.
Drake May's a big boy. People don't realize how big he is.
I think he is like Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's big.
Yeah.
And I think he would be a great fit in the big blue, but I'm not optimistic that that's going to happen, but anything can happen. And so for you football fans, come hang out with us tonight, right? Yeah. Watch us on the app or all the other places.
You think Bears are all in on Caleb?
I think Bears are all in there. I think the money has moved towards Jaden Daniels as the 2. And if I'm New England, you need a quarterback, right? Like, why would you not? Unless they feel like they can move down, get somebody else up there, and then grab a JJ McCarthy or somebody else a little bit later. Like if you move to 6, JJ's going to be at 6 probably.
Well, back here, my team and all their infinite wisdom, not even participating tonight.
Now, are they even no draft picks?
Not in the first round.
Nope. There's that. Great. That's great. That's what you.
I'll hang out with the NGB in folks, but ordinarily where I'd be plugged in and excited about tonight, I could honestly give 2 S's.
Before we get to the news of the nation, we've got a special guest joining us live in the first block. You're going to meet our man Dagger. He is known as Justin Irby. We call him Dagger. Remember how last week we talked about this crew going to Maine? We got to the bottom of it, bro.
Yeah, with the ice.
You're not going to believe this story. You're not going to believe this story. So that's coming up in a matter of moments. Before that, a special thanks to the amazing folks who make this show possible with us. People like the team at Momentous. Of course, you guys can check them out at livemomentous.com. I've got a coupon code for you to save on all your supplement needs, all the stuff you need to perform at your best in and out of the gloom. Momentous has you covered. Use the code BrianJ at livemomentous.com. You can go there. Obviously, the fine folks at Mudgear. By the way, in the F3 side of the Mudgear house, f3.mudgear.com, spring cleaning is happening. Lots of good deals and sales. So go check that out. And if you want to get some other great Mudgear stuff, non-F3 licensed, just go to mudgear.com, use the code COT. You can save on some of their best socks, shorts, other workout gear as well. So thanks to those guys for being a part of what we do. And you will hear from the fine folks at the Warrior Biz Network in the first commercial break as well. Use the code COT when you register your business at warriorbiznetwork.com. And Jim McMillan, Riptide, thank you very much. You are right about Handsome Devils. And you know what? Team Luke Combs is 100% right. Shuddy, 100% right. 100% right. Team Captain Kirk. God bless the captain. Maybe he'll get picked tonight. I don't know. I will tell you this. One last thought on the draft before we get to F3 news.
All right.
One of my most favorite pastimes is I've got 2 guys, one guy specifically that I used to work with back in the TV days. And
I saw this tweet earlier today.
Every day on the day of the NFL draft, I sent him a voicemail pretending to be someone associated with the team that has the first pick. This guy's our age, right? He's 44, 45 years old. He's got a little family. But I basically was like, hey, this is George Halas IV from the Chicago Bears. And I did a whole thing. And I
where's the audio?
I've got it on my phone. I didn't know that it was appropriate for these airwaves, but it is a great pastime.
Okay.
So maybe we'll tweet the audio to go along with it.
What started that?
I used to do this with this guy. We would literally call each other, hope we'd get their voicemail, and you would just leave a message and be like, hey, Bart, this is Chip McGillicuddy here with the Panthers. We're sitting in the one hole. We got the one pick, and a lot of conventional wisdom around, whoever, Cam Newton, right? But I saw this game tape of you playing for Middle Tennessee State back in 2000. And I got to tell you, 55 looked good. And I know you're a little long in the tooth, boy, but I'm trying to push to get you. So it would just basically be that, right? Like just totally.
So just yucking it up for no other reason than to yuck it up.
Just to be ridiculous.
I love
it. But it is one of my favorite.
I'm shocked that's something you would do.
I got to tell you, if I could monetize this skill, Jen, it would be something. Clearly,
you could monetize the skill. We might be sitting in a different studio at 2 o'clock on a Thursday.
You could monetize never. Anywho,
all right,
let's get on with the program. So last week we were talking about, so it had this eclipse, right? Everybody's all fired up about the solar eclipse. It was a big deal. And then we saw some pictures and got an email from some guys about F3 Maine. But then we look at the expansion map and there's nothing. And I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Right. That's been my white whale.
I know. Come to find out, a group of PAX traveled to go see the eclipse and basically have like an F3 dudes outing. One of those guys is our brother. His name is Justin Irby, but we know him as Dagger, and he joins us now from, you're back in the greater Charlotte area. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Where it's nice and warm. It's 82 degrees outside. Thank goodness.
It looks gorgeous. By the way, gentlemen, you are talking to an absolute phoenix. Dagger's story of reinventing and refinding himself and focusing and turning his life around is second to none. And that's probably a story to unpack for another day, my brother, because it is quite miraculous. And we're glad that you're alive and here with us, quite frankly, given your journey. But this journey to Maine, dude, what was this? What happened?
So we got to give the credit to F3 GOP here in Charlotte and F3 Ultra. I believe he lives in Pennsylvania, that kind of spearheaded this effort.
And we can see we're showing some of what you guys ended up doing.
This is serious. They said, hey, we got an idea to let's go to Maine and do some bonding and see this, once in a lifetime event. This thing was miraculous to actually see it where we saw it firsthand on the top of Mount Chase. It's unexplainable.
Wow.
And I was kind of hesitant. I've never done anything like this before. And started talking to some guys here in Charlotte that were going to go that are in my circle, and started getting excited about it, and packed up in a plane, and 5 of us flew to Boston, got in the truck, and spent the next 5 hours headed to Maine, and met some other great F3 men up there. We had 3 F&Gs on the trip.
What?
Yeah, it was super cool. And these guys were in recovery also, so we had a lot of things in common. Never a dull moment on this trip. Lots of conversation, lots of bonding, lots of freezing in the ice bath.
Well, nobody loves an ice bath like GOP. If you remember, guys, right? So loyal watchers, PAX, listeners of the show, you remember Doa going into this ice bath a couple of years ago as part of the Accelerate campaign. GOP, it was at his house in his ice plunge. So there's no surprise. I don't know, James, what are your thoughts? I mean, I'm kind of blown away by this whole effort here.
Yeah, just the logistics behind it all to get you guys coordinated on availability and where you're going to go and how you're going to get there, and this facility that you're at. And
where were you guys? Where was all this?
We were in Mount Chase, Maine, at a hunting lodge. I don't exactly remember the name.
Hurling propane tanks, like it's just amazing.
I mean, we were making it in our we did F3 workout every morning. Kind of improvising on the area we had. We were in the middle of nowhere. Lots of Merkins in the snow, and just improvising, and it was great, man. It was such a bonding experience, that I've never understood, and build a relationship with these guys, and we're talking every day now, all of us.
Wow.
We have a group chat and we're communicating, and it was the stuff too, but we spent a lot of time fellowshipping about what the M's and the kids, and like y'all were just talking about. That's so funny. I'm going through some kid things myself with some step kids and that are pre-teens, and we have some guys that have been happily married for 30 and 40 years up there, and then we've got some guys that their marriages are not so good, and we're feeding off each other, and as we all left, the 5 days that we were together, everybody's in such a positive spirit to go back home and reinvigorate male leadership in their families, and we've been continuously talking, and things have gotten better in the house.
Wow.
This is the true meaning of what this organization is, the brotherhood and the iron and sharpen iron. And I mean, you can't put a better print on it.
I'm so grateful that you emailed us and sent us a few of those pictures, and then we were able to just unpack the rest of this. And then kudos to you guys for putting this whole video package together. It's just,
this is amazing.
Who does this, right?
Yeah.
Only F3 guys. I've never seen this kind of stuff anywhere else.
Libby's. Shout out to Libby's.
Yeah, shout out to Libby's. It looks like you had a professional. I mean, whoever cut that ice knew what they were doing.
Yeah, that was the guy. The guy that owned the place, and his family came out there and watched us, and they thought we were a bunch of nuts. I mean,
why.
You guys. So I'm putting you on alert, and the stuff we're trying, guys. They should dedicate an entire episode to this, right? We got to cover some more news of the nation here, so we want to just sort of scratch the surface a little bit. But what a great experience. Peak F3, all 3 Fs. And to think to get the guys rallied up from Charlotte all the way up there, bring some new guys who've never been a part of it. That's why when we say this thing is more than a workout, it's so hard to describe. People need to just see this.
Right.
And see what we're doing.
And what, obviously with all the bombing,
here we go. Look at
that came out of that. I'm sure you guys are already talking about your next move, right? Or your next trip. What's on the potential horizon?
I'm hoping it's somewhere warm. I want swimming to be on the agenda next time.
I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause this right here. For those of you watching on NGBN TV or on YouTube, or if you're watching the stream, Dagger, talk us through as the eclipse part happens, because that's kind of a pivotal moment of this whole thing.
It is, yeah. So we were planning on hiking up to Mount Chase, which is a public access area. So
Slaughter, is that Slaughter there? Was Slaughter there?
No, Slaughter had some work
doppelganger.
Yeah, he was scheduled to go, but he did not attend. There's me in my underwear.
There's your junk. That's awesome. Great, man. Appreciate
it. But
look at that.
So we actually did a unexpected COT and gave the lodge owner an F3 nickname.
Nice.
We named him Apollo. So
perfect.
Apollo came to us 2 days before the eclipse and said, "Hey, I've got a spot," because he hunts bear. That's what the lodge is. It's a bear hunting and a moose hunting lodge. And he said, "I got 10,000 acres where I can go park y'all up on a hill." And there wasn't a single soul around us for probably 50 miles. And I mean, you're talking about pristine God's country, no noise, no cars. And to see this eclipse, and what the most amazing part of it is that we could 360 the eclipse. I mean, you're looking all around, and it's not just the sun and the moon, but all around it looks like dusk or dawn. I mean, like I said, it's unexplainable how powerful that was. Yeah.
Bro, cool. So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
So, yeah, super exciting. So, like I said, we've made some lifelong friends there. We had this one young guy that was F&G, and he was really intimidated by going in the woods with a bunch of old guys.
Yeah.
And now we're all talking every day. I'm calling these guys and checking up on them first thing in the morning.
Well, here's what GOP, that's GOP right there, right? Stay tuned for the next trip details.
Awesome.
Keep us updated, fellas. Keep us updated.
I mean, Rudy is amazing. He did the video. I mean, I don't know where this guy sleeps. I don't know how he sleeps at night. I mean, he's doing so many things. It's just amazing.
Well, brother, listen, man, we got to getting on a couple of other news items. Stuff we're trying, guys. You guys need to have a couple of these guys on that were part of this trip and talk through the whole thing, because I love this idea of just a massive field trip with guys from your region. And the underlying theme is, you did something really cool together, but you also are bringing that back with you, which I think can't be understated.
That's right.
Of what you're able to do there. So, dude, outstanding, bro. Outstanding.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
All right, brother. We'll catch up with you in a little bit, and I'm sure you guys will unpack this more.
Thanks, Dagger.
Stuff we're trying sometime down the road. Peace, Dagger. See you.
Bye.
How about that?
I'm jealous.
I am too.
You and I have talked about this before. Bones has talked about this before, and beyond their common thread of guys having past struggles, current struggles, going through things like that, there is a visceral thing that happens within your mind and your body when you submit yourself to the woods and you submit yourself to sort of a distraction-free weekend, and you focus on your surroundings and the environment. You focus on the surroundings of the men that you're there with. We get that when we go on camping trips, whether it's with the shorties or not. I'm in need of some of that time. I'm in need of some of that wilderness time pretty soon.
Yeah. No, listen, man, I agree. But maybe it's, you take something like this and you get motivated by it. Maybe you take 3 or 4 guys, and even if you have a house right there, you take tents and you camp out and you fix a walkway that's been broken by a tree. Maybe you can generate that sort of
maybe
gathering.
you can sleep in a field, in a garden, or under the stars in the
Just
high
saying.
country, and
Just saying.
put some posts in the ground. And
But there's
use
something
a
about those guys
chainsaw for
being
12 hours.
for sure. There's something about the snow up there and also around that event, that eclipse event being kind of the catalyst for it. That's
Right.
what a cool
Sure.
experience. So grateful for those guys sharing that story. All right, we got some more great news and some things to share in this first block here before we take our first commercial break. Let's give a T-clap out to the boys of F3 Richmond, Virginia. We saw this come through. It said, excited to hear today that I was accepted into the police academy. I don't think I ever have considered law enforcement at age 34 had I never joined F3. Building upon 3 Fs and being around hymns in the line of work sparked an interest in me. Shout out to McGruff, the crime dog of Hampton Roads.
Fred McGriff.
Fred McGriff. So we got a Paxton, Virginia that's into the police academy. So congrats to him and amazing stuff there. Saw this out of what region is this out of? Let's pull it up and we can see it. Gastonia. They've got an extinction run. One of their packs, Anchorman, was recently diagnosed with FSHD. And it hits close to home. So you can consider donating and supporting their efforts. In fact, if you pause us right now, you can scan that QR code and help out what they're doing in Gastonia to help their brother out as well. And so good work there, guys, as always, for picking up the 6 on that one. Let's see. The Cape Fear boys have a goat ruck coming up.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So they call a thing called the goat ruck to spotlight their very own goat. So we've got, listen, man, got a lot of good things happening, but we got guys that are battling, right? They got a guy that's battling ALS in their region. So they've designed an entire ruck course where they're going to ruck 10 to 13 miles with 30-pound packs, visiting goats' old stomping grounds, carrying a few coupons to represent the burden of that great hymn, right? And so they've got a whole thing going on as well. I don't remember the date on that. I think it's coming up pretty soon. But anyways, that's pretty cool stuff going on. And what you're seeing is guys kind of rallying around themselves, rallying around the other guys. This is a little bit of a ways off, but August 16, 18, the boys at F3 Lake Wiley are hosting their annual F3 Dads Camp. They do it out at Camp Thunderbird. Very similar how the Eastern NC guys, right? Do it out at Seagull or Seafair. So if you're out in the Lake Wiley part of the area, get with the F3 Lake Wiley packs. August 16 to 18 is going to be their F3 Dads Camp. Got to give a shout out to the boys of F3 Mobile, Alabama. They've got their very first CSOP coming up June 22nd, right? They're calling it the I Got Your 6. Obviously, we're fans of that.
Big fans. Everybody remembers their first CSOP.
So listen to this, though. From what I've been told, it's 12 hours of workouts.
That's ridiculous.
Rotating between boot camps, 5K ruck runs every hour. Now, we've seen this in other regions.
Yeah.
Maybe it was St. Louis or someone did a 24. So someone was always going to be leading a workout for 24 hours.
Yep.
I think this is a phenomenal regional CSOP idea. You don't have to stay for all 12 hours,
right?
But someone over the next 12 hours or over the next 24 is leading a workout on the hour, every hour, maybe with a 10 or 15 minute break in between. I love this idea. Great way to, and then for a first CSOP, T-claps to the boys in Mobile for
Absolutely.
that one. Right. More out of Richmond, Virginia. This week is VQ week for them. And so they wanted a shout out for that. We thought, you know what? Love what you guys are doing. So keep that up. And the boys in Gold Rush have Site Q week. Each beatdown is cued by the Site Q, and words of appreciation are given in feedback is given to those guys as well. So chances to kind of lean in on the Site Qs. You know, you're often so focused on getting people to your AOs and queuing your AOs. Having a week where just when you go to all the Site Qs are leading. Not a bad idea. That's
where you can take the press on approach and get the entire calendar filled out for the following
Ain't nobody recruit. Ain't nobody recruit to an AO like press on. I can tell you that much.
Facts
indeed. All right, we need a quick break, amigo. It was a lot off the top of the show. We're 25 minutes in already. We haven't
doesn't feel like it's been 5.
Taking a breather. Well, talking to Dagger will just lift your spirits, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
The 5 core principles of F3 are that it's free, it's open to all men, it's held outdoors rain or shine, peer-led in a rotating fashion, and always ends in a circle of trust.
Welcome to Family Farms, where our culinary journey is woven with passion, dedication, and a commitment to crafting the finest bacon-wrapped chicken, a timeless delicacy that has tantalized the taste buds since 1974. At Family Farms, we're more than just a traditional name. We've evolved into purveyors of gourmet delights. Join us on this flavorful adventure, where every bite tells a story of tradition, quality, and the enduring spirit of Family Farms.
Back in the good old days, we used to have these large yellow books delivered right to our doorstep that gave us phone numbers of businesses and services that could meet our needs. The only problem is, we didn't know if we could trust any of them. Well, thanks to F3, we are connected with incredible PACs in our local communities. But what we don't necessarily have is a listing of the businesses of those PACs. Introducing the F3 Warrior Biz Network, where you can connect with PACs in your local community or from coast to coast throughout this great nation. You can connect with other biz PACs to meet your needs, or if you're a business owner, you can register your own business so that other PACs know about the services that you provide. Through the Warrior Biz Network, you have reliability and you have connectivity, and you can sign up today to represent your business or to find other businesses that you can trust. Join the Warrior Biz Network today at warriorbiznetwork.com.
We are back, and you're watching the F3 Circle of Trust show. My brother, good show so far.
Yeah, man, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, good. I mean, listen, we might as well have some fun.
Look, I tell this every week. I have this time blocked on my calendar, and I have to fight like the Dickens to keep this time on my calendar, because it is a highlight of not only my Thursday, but also my week. So,
before we get to some additional T claps and, man, just cool things we're kind of seeing happen around the F3 Nation, we do have a couple of taps to get to, right? That thoughts and prayer component.
Been a minute since we've had some taps on the show.
It has, and
we've
got some that definitely need your attention. The first one out from Phoenix, Arizona. Gents, we've got a brother in need. Please pray and donate if you can. This is the message we got from Haystack regarding his son, who they call Sundance Kid, and his wife. His son and wife were on their way to Snowflake yesterday. They got in an accident outside of a certain part of Arizona, Payson, I believe. She's in Scottsdale on life support right now. And his son is in Flagstaff with a broken leg and arm. So their family is in a really tough spot. There's a GoFundMe set up. Pause us if you're watching. If you're listening on the Spotify or on iTunes, come find this YouTube channel, right? Or come find us on Facebook or the On Demand and find this GoFundMe QR code that we have on the screen right now. And man, throw a little something there to help this family. They're in a tough spot right now. F3 brother out of Phoenix, right? So we definitely need some attention paid to that one for sure. Michael, Cameron, we are praying for you big time in a big way, and just praying that positivity and praying that the Lord heals and brings you through this journey for sure, right? I think we can openly say that. God, we are asking you to bring this family through this moment right now, right? So for sure, be thinking about
those medical teams caring for those individuals.
That's right. Always, man, we got the Safari guy, right? We got the Kenya guys, Safari, and those guys always checking in. So Kenya's had some floods going on that's affected one of the AOs. One of their PACs lost one of their parents during it. So those guys just asked for continued prayers. They also have a PACs named Eric F3 Rider. His 13-year-old daughter was diagnosed with cancer. So there's some tough stuff happening there, right? And again, we got to lean in. So in your COTs, be thinking about those guys as well. And then this is a praise report, but it's with a scare, right? It's a praise report that comes with a scare. In fact, we just heard this happen out of Raleigh as well today. Hot Tub Time Machine. We're praying for you, bro.
Yeah, heart attack.
Right? Early heart attack. But then also the guys in Waxhaw had this happen. Mid-workout, one PAX was feeling sort of sharp pain, knowing something was wrong. The other guys jumped into action, noticed something was wrong, stopped the workout, stopped the entire workout.
Good.
Got him to the hospital, right? Early stages of a heart attack, but they caught it so early that there was minimum damage. So it's a reminder that, one, we're not, we anything can happen to us, right?
Right.
Anything can happen out there. And if
Not
something's
promised.
up, if something's wrong, dude, just say something. If you're feeling away in a workout, look, worst case scenario, it's nothing. And
Yeah.
you just sit it out. But like,
Yeah.
there ain't no shame in that. And so it's a praise report, but it's also a reminder, like these things can be happening, right? So
yeah, we had that locally last year, 2 years ago with Chipper. And the hot tub time machine. I was reading that about this morning. I mean, you can't tell me somebody else is not in charge and at play here when there is a doctor in the workout who hasn't been to a workout for a number of months because of his own knee injury. First day back, first time back. He's in the gloom with this guy, and
I did not see that detail. I did not see that detail of the story related to hot tub.
Dr. Quinn. Dr. Quinn was in the workout for the first time for like 3 months because he was been dealing with a knee injury or a knee surgery or healing or something with a knee, and he's out there that morning for the first time, and hot tub time machine has his issue go down, and he's right there to like you said, recognize what's going on, get PACs involved, have a plan of action. We were talking about site cues earlier. As a site cue myself, you as well, I work out with a phone in a hip belt. Just if we're away from the cars, you've got
to
first connection to emergency services if required. Hopefully never, but if you or somebody else, we've seen PACs on workouts that assisted John Q. Citizen going through a situation. So lots of things to be grateful for, thankful for, and planning for when you're out there in the gloom with the fellas.
Dude, no doubt about that. We got to give a massive T clap to the boys of F3 Omaha. Did you see this? Look at this crowd.
Hell of a picture.
Absolutely stellar crowd. Celebrated their 6-year anniversary with 240 in attendance at the Convergence at the Sanitarium.
Okay.
Redwoods that were there alongside just a lot of other folks were able to come out and be a part of it. OG Nantan himself, Wait Time, gave a stirring COT about the full meaning of picking up the 6, not only at the beatdown, but in the hard times of life. They named 3 FNGs to push their roster to just over 2,400 PACs. Cafeteria followed in the school cafeteria, and Frosty was serving up
in that picture
burritos.
What's underrated that your boy needs is a magenta tracksuit. I'm officially.
It's either a tracksuit or it's like a massive onesie.
Either way,
either way, you're hard commit.
I'm in the market for something magenta.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
They passed the Nugent flag on as well too, which is a great tradition at F3 Omaha. If you remember their brother Nugent that we lost, they've got a shovel flag they pass around for him. So love seeing that, guys. Great work on the anniversary, which is amazing as always. We got a couple of videos to share.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. We got an in the news section. So check this out. We're gonna show this. You and I will watch it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay. Turning our attention now, the Great Tulsa Cleanup is back this year, and city leaders are calling it their biggest turnout yet. 2 News Oklahoma's Alexander Blake shows us how volunteers are making a difference, one piece of litter at a time.
I got a feeling we're going to see some guys.
And counting, city leaders say the Great Tulsa Cleanup is a community staple. And this year, there's more people picking up the trash than ever. Jacob Hagan, the city's stormwater quality manager, says litter is more than just an eyesore.
Litter has a way to grow different strains of bacteria, which can be harmful to humans, and that is also ingested, and harmful to wildlife.
That's where volunteers across the city come in. Men's fitness group F3 is tackling the park at Riverside and 96. Robbie Ulrich is focused on the green space and waterways.
We are just doing the river here. I'm kind of cleaning up the parks too, but making sure our rivers are clean and make sure our parks are clean too.
And it's not just the grown-ups doing their part. Even the tiniest of helpers have a message for anyone thinking of littering.
I'd say, how about you could put it in a trash can?
How about you
or put it in a bag and throw it away at home.
Volunteers collected bags upon bags of litter.
I will leave it there. First of all, amazing job, guys. Been out of the news game for a while. Love to see that nothing's really changed as it relates to script writing and producing local news stories, because that was right out of right. But so good, man. Way to step up, fellas. And a little F3 earned media.
Exactly.
In the Tulsa market, which you have to love that.
And why are shopping carts just all the time in random ass places?
Just strewn about. I don't know.
I never understand. Like I saw a shopping cart on the Parkway, Cary Parkway.
Right.
Nowhere near
Not even close.
Not even near the fresh market, not even near the Target.
It could have been from the food line. It could have been from the fresh.
But it was miles away from anything commercial that would require a shopping cart.
Amen, Corey Phillips. Love seeing that logo out there. How about you put in a trash can, right? What? Listen, from the mouth of babes.
Yeah, it's just
right. I'd love for you to be like, hey, don't be a jerk.
Sage wisdom from that young lady.
Right. She's 100% right, though. We do have a couple of other videos to show you. Shudden's going to check in about some high impact men stepping up during a bourbon raffle, which I did not win.
Neither did I.
But I'm doing all right.
I vested. You and my cabinet are not struggling.
But you know what Bilbo's doing this weekend? Did you see this?
What is Bilbo doing this weekend?
So F3 Bilbo out of Gold Rush this weekend. I'm doing something I committed to doing 10 months ago. 100K run with over 2 miles of elevation gain will be my most challenging run to date. But I'm mentally, damn it, Brian.
Come on.
Mentally and physically, I got to do a broadcast for 4 hours tonight. I better get it together, buddy.
You better mentally prepare yourself.
No. He's mentally and physically ready.
But maybe you're on something. Maybe we'll talk to Bones about creating a new term.
Mentally.
You just combining the terms.
Listen, am I a doctor? Am I an innovator? Yes. Am I a doctor? No. But he's got eight F3 bros doing it with him, which is outstanding.
Yeah. 100K? That's a
100K
distance.
That's 62 miles for those of you keeping track at home.
Is that what that is?
100K is about 60 deuce miles. Yeah. With two miles of elevation gain, that's a lot. That's 3,200. So think about that.
I trust your math.
Well, isn't 1,600 meters a mile?
1,600 meters is a mile.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that is 4 laps around a standard
3,200 meters of elevation gain is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
No, they love meters.
I was going to say they are the metric system.
Oh, they love me, bro. They love meters. They hate feet. They love meters. They hate feet in Canada.
Meters and liters. That's all they got.
Everybody knows they love meters and hate feet in Canada. Okay, should we do the shut-in video, or you want to do it after the break?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I don't know why we would wait on shut-in.
Let's do it. I get him on here. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
What's up, fellas? I'm Matt Kelly, 42 shut-in. I'm in the Carpex region, which is like Cary, Apex, North Carolina. And I just wanted to share something with you that we can all celebrate for what these guys pulled off earlier this month. And what we did was we held a bourbon raffle for like all the Triangle area and surrounding cities and everything. And so what we did was called on some F3 guys that I know love some bourbon, and they helped by donating bottles of bourbon. We ended up collecting about 22 bottles of bourbon, which was over like $2,500 worth of donated supplies. And then we held a raffle for a nonprofit called Design for Joy, which is located in Raleigh. And what they do is they support women in the community that are like kind of in vulnerable situations, whether it's like through sex trafficking or homelessness or anything like that, where they can bring them in and give them a living wage and pay them for doing and learning other skills like how to design jewelry and handbags. Then they are able to sell those products. And what it also does is just provides them with a community that they're not used to, and that we are as F3, we know what community is all about. And so it gives them that like purpose. And so we wanted to help them. And we ended up having a raffle where we had 1,400 tickets. We sold 1,348 tickets because people love their bourbon around here. And we were able to raise $16,585. And how that translates for Design for Joy is that is 4 women being fully funded to go through the 3-month program. Wow. So basically, we covered 20 hours a week per week for 52 weeks through this one raffle. And it could not have happened without the guys who decided to give selflessly and donate some bottles in order for us to be able to raise that money. So huge shout out to them. A lot of gratitude here in Carpex right now. And we're just so thankful. My favorite part of F3 is just seeing the generosity of all the guys around here over and over again. It doesn't end. And just if you want to do something similar like that, feel free to reach me on like the F3 Slack channel or anything. I'll be there to answer questions. But just thankful for the guys here. Back to y'all.
Not a bad little video drop in there. I love the report. I wish you could have seen the rest of that shirt where it says Carpex versus the world.
I was thinking it's versus the world shirt.
A little bit of that chip.
The little Easter egg on his card there. Did you see that?
No. What did I miss?
The card he kept flashing while he was talking.
Yeah.
I think it said Team No Clap Burpee on it.
Let's go back. We can hold on. We can go back. We
Pause
have the ability. We have the ability
in order for us to be able.
Now we don't have to listen to him again. I mean, I love his voice and all, but oh, what does that say there?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what it says.
Can I pause it? Oh, he's so fast with it. Oh, team. You noticed it. You rascal. You're such an investigator. What an investigator you are. Team No Clap Burpee.
I wasn't always in the renewable energy business, Brian.
Good eye, Jamie. Good eye.
But I also am wearing.
Hey-o. It's a great shirt, buddy. It's a great shirt, buddy. Got a little bit of chip on their shoulder around these parts. Got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
And Shut-in's a humble dude. And
bro, ain't nobody give it away like Shut-in. Ain't nobody give it away.
Spearheads initiatives in the third F like nobody else. And he all the time he supports a lot of things. Him and his M do a lot in their community, in their church, in different nonprofit organizations around this region. And when a need comes up, he's the first to be able to articulate that need, put something in our Slack, and the coffers get filled pretty quick.
Yep.
So T-claps to him and all that he's done locally here, what he's done for F3 Nation.
Yep.
He's a really good hombre, and there's many like him in many regions. So as anybody has other things like that to celebrate, please send that stuff our way so we can highlight it on this show.
Yep. He lives faith without works is dead. He lives faith and works constantly.
Yeah.
And you're right, because you know what? I bet you that similar story is happening all over the place, right? Of course it is.
Yeah.
All over the place. All right. One more quick photo before we go to commercial break. Numero deuce. Just look at this beauty.
I tweeted this photo this week.
So
yeah.
good. I don't
know.
Do you remember where this was from? Where are these guys? Louisville? I think that says Louisville on the bottom of that shirt. You get your eyes in there, Eagle Eye Cherry.
Yeah.
Save tonight. What logo is that? Yeah, I think it is.
It is Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville, speaking of bourbon. But everything about this photo I saw was just
gorgeous
of an F3 glue.
And they're on that looks like it's got to be some sort of like what would you call that in town? It ain't like a real train line running through that.
It probably used to be at some point, but maybe it's some sort of a light rail now, or a trolley of some kind, or
little trolley action.
Maybe that's how all the bourbon gets out.
It's a great shot. More coupons, man. More cinder blocks, boys.
Always
love
yes,
that,
sir.
Love that.
Yes, sir.
All right, Max, let's get a commercial break because we got the quote worth repeato and the Hunt for Wellness back this week as well. But we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Welcome to F3, Fitness, Fellowship, and Faith, where men come together for something more than just a workout. Our core principles define us: free of charge, open to all men, held outdoors, peer-led, and end in a circle of trust. Whether you want to run, lift heavy things, or focus on bodyweight exercises, F3 has over 4,000 workouts available worldwide. Join us, experience the camaraderie, the challenge, and the transformation of F3, where men can get right so that they can lead right.
Hi, Joel Maurer, founder of Dink Ninjas. Dink Ninjas was dreamed up and started right here in Austin, Texas, a dynamic pickleball community. We arm pickleballers with the paddles, apparel, and accessories to dink like a ninja. Dink Ninjas is dedicated to supporting mental health awareness and cancer research. Shop our full lineup at dinkninjas.com and enter code NGBNTV for 10% off site-wide.
Back in the good old days, we used to have these large yellow books delivered right to our doorstep that gave us phone numbers of businesses and services that could meet our needs. The only problem is, we didn't know if we could trust any of them. Well, thanks to F3, we are connected with incredible PACs in our local communities. But what we don't necessarily have is a listing of the businesses of those PACs. Introducing the F3 Warrior Biz Network, where you can connect with PACs in your local community or from coast to coast throughout this great nation. You can connect with other biz PACs to meet your needs, or if you're a business owner, you can register your own business so that other PACs know about the services that you provide. Through the Warrior Biz Network, you have reliability and you have connectivity, and you can sign up today to represent your business or to find other businesses that you can trust. Join the Warrior Biz Network today at warriorbiznetwork.com.
You know, you're like, so I get all these LinkedIn messages all the time for people I don't even know. Wouldn't it be great if I could just do B2B or B2C business with like guys I know and inherently trust?
Weird.
Sounds
Wonder if
amazing.
there's a platform for that.
Yeah, warriorbiznetwork.com.
Oh.
Use code COT. Just let them know that we sent you.
Yeah.
We want to let them know, hey, you saw it on the COT. You took some action.
Correct.
Right? Same
Yeah.
thing, man. When you go get those supplements, all that you need, get all that good stuff in your life, go check out what they have, bro. They have everything you need to optimize your health at livemomentous.com. Use the code Brian J. Same thing with our friends at Mud Gear, code COT to save 15%. Take some action, boys. We know you need it.
You can see if they got some magnesium spray.
Dude, they have a ton of stuff. I cannot confirm whether they have that or not, but let's definitely go check after we get
Put
done.
that on your feet before you sleep.
On your feet?
Spray your dogs at the end of the day.
But listen, Bo, you trying to put an onion in your socks before you go to bed.
Not in your socks.
Yeah, it's supposed to suck the toxins out of the bottom of your feet if you're not feeling well. Your mama never told you this?
Onions near cribs when your kids are congested. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Cut onions under your baby's crib when they're like.
I'm Italian. We use garlic and olive oil for everything. Just whatever. Rub a little olive oil in your hair. You'll be fine.
We grew up with a little bit of tussin on it. You roll.
Yeah.
God. But no, Vicks Vapor Rub all over your feet in a pair of socks if you're not feeling good too. That's supposed to do a trick as well.
Nothing says, baby, get in here. It's time for a little husband-wife time, like some Vicks Vapor Rub.
Honey, get the Vicks out. Kids are asleep. You get the rubber sheets and the gerbils.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Sorry.
This
Family
could be a
program.
family program. Before your quote worth repeato, which I have seen it ahead of time.
Yeah.
And it's going to get guys fired up.
I hope so.
The greatness that is Dr. Tunis Hunt is back with a weekly Hunt for Wellness. And I'll tell you what, you and I are going to hang with him and watch. We're going to react as we watch. We've got this it's this new format today you've seen, guys, right? As we're running videos and graphics, we're kind of hanging on the side. But Dr. Bones has got some good tips on muscle strength. He's been listening. He's been listening to the fellas. He's been listening to the show. He's been picking up what we've been throwing down.
Yeah.
This guy gives of himself every week to give you guys real tangible tips on your hunt for wellness. And we thank him for that. So here's Bones with this week's Hunt for Wellness tip.
It's another great day for wellness. This is Bones with a health tip for the Packs of F3 Nation. And today we're discussing why building muscle is the best strategy to losing fat. It's estimated that over 60% of the U.S. population is obese, leading to chronic disease and elevated health costs. This has led to a billion-dollar diet industry promoting strategies and tools to lose fat. What if, however, trying to lose fat is the wrong approach to this epidemic? What if instead of focusing on fat burning, we turn our attention to muscle creating? Gaining muscle has been associated with a myriad of benefits, ranging from better posture, stronger bones, and more confidence. What it also does is increase your metabolism. As you add muscle, your body will have to burn more calories, increasing your basal metabolic rate. The BMR refers to the amount of energy in terms of calories utilized by the body to perform the processes to sustain life. In contrast, strategies that focus on fat burning and calorie restriction may produce some weight loss, but it also results in lower BMR, less caloric burn, and ultimately loss of muscle. Eventually, individuals find themselves plateauing with their progress and often regaining back the weight. To build muscle, you must incorporate resistance and strength training exercises. More importantly, however, you must fuel your body with the muscle-building nutrients. Protein is essential to building muscle, and consuming the right amount will be the difference in your success. Protein is comprised of 20 amino acids, 9 which are essential, and the amino acid leucine has been found to be the most important when it comes to initiating muscle growth. Research has shown that you need at least 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine to stimulate muscle synthesis. Leucine comprises approximately 8 to 10% of protein, which means that you must consume about 30 grams of protein at any given time to actually build muscle. In other words, if you want strong muscles and better metabolism, you need to eat plenty of protein daily. At a bare minimum, you should strive for 1 gram per 1 pound of body weight that you desire. And if you really want to see better results, shoot for 1.2 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. Using other strategies like amino acid supplements and whey protein can help you achieve your daily protein goals easier. If you do choose an amino acid supplement, just make sure you're getting at least 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine. So PAX, stop trying to lose weight and cut calories. Instead, focus on muscle building and increasing your metabolism. Make sure you're eating plenty of good protein daily so that you can get stronger, reduce injury, and obtain the health you desire. Kitty and Rapido, I know you boys are all about those muscle gains. Keep up the great work, man. This has been Bones guiding the PAX of F3 Nation on their hunt for wellness. Gotta go.
I mean, you would think we were University of Florida Gators. We're all about Gainesville. We're living in Gainesville, bro. I love it. Perfect. Good stuff, Bones.
Yeah, for sure. It gives you a lot to think about. And, you know, within my Shield Lock, Shield Ruck, and I know you as well, and we've got a weightlifting channel. There's a lot of guys focusing on strength right now, whether that's big kettlebell routines or that's deadlifting or whatever. The 200 grams of protein a day is a bit of a challenge.
It's a lot. It's a lot. If you're specifically trying to do it on Whole Foods, it's a ton.
Yeah. And trying to plan that out day to day or weekly, it sort of takes a village to get there. And I'm trying. I've been trying to significantly up the protein with a little bit of calorie counting, but not as much lately. But getting that 150 to 200 grams of protein is
well, it takes intentionality, bro, right? Takes intentionality, man. You know,
takes focus. Yeah.
Because I can load up on protein if I eat one of those small bags of salt and vinegar pistachios, which are out effing standing.
Yeah, I haven't had that.
But calorically, you're into a lot. And then that's a lot of fat. There's good fats in those nuts, but it's also a lot. So you got to map it out, man. You got to pay some attention to that stuff. You got to think about those things. Right.
Yeah.
Then again, right. Greek yogurt, whey protein, scoop of blueberries. You can start stacking some stuff up too, right? That could become a go-to snack versus something else, right? There's some good protein in there. So there's a lot of ways around that. And just part of it is if you put it into a fitness app and you're tracking it, it'll give you a better sense, right? So at least you know, well, I'm wildly off. I'm way off.
Right.
Or I'm doing pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
We need to be able to work.
MFP, MyFitnessPal, the free version works pretty well. There's a paid version that works even better. I don't pay for it, but the free version of tracking that intentionality piece you just mentioned, tracking those things, you really like, oh crap, I just consumed 1,500 calories before lunch.
Yep. Bro, we got 2 minutes left in the program because we got a hard out now that we're live on NGBN TV. So let's get to that quote worth repeato so we can at least show it and talk about it for about a minute.
Yes, sir. I didn't realize what time it was.
I know. Time flies when you're having fun.
So as you see there on the screen, Pat Tillman, I think everybody would probably know who that is.
Yeah.
I had never seen this quote before. You know,
apropos on NFL draft day, bro.
Exactly. And you know,
Pat Tillman played for the Arizona Cardinals, quit the NFL after 9/11, joined the Army, tragically killed in combat.
In friendly fire.
Yeah.
To be. But here, somewhere inside, we hear a voice. It leads us in the direction of the person we wish to become, but it is up to us whether or not to follow. And obviously that was him, right? He was a star player out there in Arizona and was likely going to have a long professional career as well. And he heard a calling and he followed that. And I think all of us probably have a voice inside that might be pulling us in a direction that we either don't want to admit, don't want to hear, are scared to consider, are scared to talk about. But I would urge everybody to think long and hard about what's on their heart, what's in their mind, what they were called to do. And as I was saying a second ago, do you know where this quote came to me from? Year 1.0, the nation's general sent it to me.
Did he now?
Red Baron. Yep.
Well done, Red Baron. Well, that one's right up his alley. That's for
shout
damn
out.
sure.
Shout out to you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's really an interesting perspective from somebody who lived that out, right? That quote is what he did and what he pursued and became.
Well, and there's that last sentence, man. I mean, look, you can have the best plans and you can have people around you and all this. There is just a level of to your accountability to your right. It's up to us whether or not to follow it. You have to do it. You have to take the action. Well said. Nailed it. All right, bro. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Love you, dude.
Love you too, man. Have
Same to you guys of F3 Nation. Peace. We'll see you next week. We're out.
This has been the Circle of Trust. Whether you're watching on NGBN TV or across the F3 Nation platforms, be sure to rate, review, and share our show. And download the NGBN TV app today on your favorite streaming device.
I'm Brian Jodas, 42. Hello, Kitty.
And I'm Jamie Roseborough, 40. Rapido.
And this has been the Circle of Trust.